work himself. So that was eye-opening.
Actually,
And then again,
just to add to this, like what you're sharing, right? A few things I wanted to just add. Like, actually, the whole program planning, everything began almost 6 months prior to this. If you remember, see, the Nasik Kumbh Mela, everything got over. And then there was this Phuket, Thailand program. And in Thailand, only in Phuket, Thailand, we had Swamiji actually got dengue, if you remember. So and right after that, and the blood platelets level hit so low, and anyone at that position would be bedridden. They can't do anything. But for Swamiji, though, Swamiji was like can't even sitting on a wheelchair and still giving darshan. It was like something too much what Swamiji did and what Swamiji's body went through at that time. Despite that, immediately right after that program, Swamiji himself came, started creating things physically. Like actually, you're saying right about the arrangements because if you see all other campuses around, any other campus, no campus had the kind of a sanitation level, the cleanliness level, the hygiene comfort that only Kailasa Ujjain had. Nobody else, nowhere else. Because for these, Swamiji himself micromanaged to make sure how are these containers, whether the tiles are there in this, how do they work, what size it should be. Swamiji would go start his walk early in the morning. He will go to every department. And it was like, see, Kumbh Mela time, people physically saw because everyone got to see Swamiji physically. Like at any point, you'll see Swamiji will be there. There will be no point where you will ever see Swamiji not being available physically. You'll see he'll either be in one department or another department. He'll always be there around, whether it is inside the temple or in kitchen area, just going around, doing the campus rounds. Despite so much of work, like, Swamiji will sit. 5 p.m. it will start. You were right. 5 p.m. it will start. The darshan will start. He'll go all the way till next morning 6 a.m. Not a single day it has been otherwise. Sometimes it will go even beyond. Never has seen like the crowd will not stop till like 5 a.m. and it'll take till almost 5:30, 6 a.m. to finish the whole darshan. And till the last person gets their blessing, Swamiji will not stop. Like, and with the same smile, and can you imagine 12 hours, 13 hours without moving from that place? My God. And something, listening to Ma Prasanna, it reminded me of another thing. Like she said, right, anyone who comes to Swamiji, make sure they eat the food and go. I still remember, like, first, the whole thing, see, only 5 o'clock, darshan used to start in the main hall. But through the day, people keep coming in for the temple. Like, I still remember, I didn't know much Hindi at that time, but I knew two words. ऐसे कृपया आगे बढ़िए दर्शन के चले. We just learned these 1 or 2 words to tell people, and I could manage with my little Hindi that I knew. But one thing is the way Swamiji had said. So first time when people came, people would come and they would go to all the different parts. It was like huge crowd, right? So many people would miss having darshans of all the deities, and people would miss the prasadam, and people will not necessarily know, like, because it is a huge campus. Ours was the largest campus and it was the most populated as well. So, and what Swamiji did, I remember it so well. Swamiji immediately the next day, right after darshan, like the long, hours long darshan, Swamiji would come on walk. So the next day Swamiji saw this and Swamiji said, how do you guys guide the crowd? So the temple in charge, our principal, he said, Swamiji, we get the people and we keep, guiding them, the crowd. Swamiji said, no, that's not enough. People will miss. People will not be able to experience because when it's huge volume, people will not know what are all there. They'll not have the options. The crowd will just, wash them away and they'll not have an experience. So Swamiji said, let us buy barricades. Let us set an entire path, like how darshan happens in temples. And they try to say, Swamiji, is that really needed? It's going to take our expense even more. We will have, Swamiji said, no. When it comes to experience of people, no question of compromising the quality. I remember this so well. You know what extent Swamiji said? The barricades has to be painted either silver or golden. It all has to look in a similar pattern. So people will not have to struggle. It will be very easy for them visually to see it. And next day, Swamiji sat there till every path was done. And I remember this so well. Swamiji went with his team to the entrance of the campus. Swamiji walked through the barricaded path. He said, "This is how people should walk." And Swamiji said, "I'm going to go rounds in this path so I can ensure I will see what people will see." And the connecting point between the temple and Annalaya, it's kind of a little, it's like adjacent to each other. So it's a little, it was not put very properly. Swamiji redesigned the whole thing. Swamiji said, "This is how the path has to be. Entry has to be from this side, exit has to be from this route. And as soon as people exit, they should be guided to the Annalaya. And they should know, on the way, they should know there's medical camp. And then after that, they should come for my darshan, receive, and they should be guided back." This entire part. Somebody said, "I don't want anyone to miss anything. People should experience." And even in that, right, in the crowd, there'll be, like, of course, for the person to come in, it would take time because it's crowd and people will be waiting. So Swami said, no, even in that time, they should be able to watch. So in the main hall, if you remember, we had huge LED screens for people to see. But temple path was like it was open, like it was not, we didn't have a proper way to put it. Right? So they said we could not fit in Swami. Swami said, no, there are poles, tie huge TV screens on the poles. People should be able to have something or the other to experience. They should not be feeling like there's nothing to, they should not wait for even a moment. And Swamiji ensured we had the TVs fixed onto the poles, wooden poles, which are all like makeshift tents, like you said. And it was tied to that. Swamiji ensured now he would go, he himself would walk through the path. I remember this so well. And I was like, my God, the love, or I don't even know what to put it. Everything seems so small, but the way how some attended to it is just mind blowing.
Like every aspect, it's one thing. Like I remember is the way Swamiji takes decision. You will understand the depth with which Swamiji decides. I mean, I can't really say we can understand it, but at least you'll experience it. You'll start grasping it slowly, slowly, because once not because it's such a big budget, right? Like you're not going to, very clearly, you're not going to get any monetary value in return. It's like mass, millions are going to come, they're going to experience and they're going to go. It's only like a completely selfless service, like just a service that Swamiji is doing and his contribution, his unconditional love. And but Swamiji planned it like as if this is the best program, has to be the highest quality. That's the life Swamiji put into it. Like it will feel like such a contrast. And even if it's a free program, they're only designing a free program. Already you're doing an offering. Already you're serving so much of food. Swamiji would not stop with that. Swamiji would say, no, every meal has to have 21 items. 21 items are served per meal. And the Bain Marys, who will serve in Bain Marys? Who will serve Annadan in Bain Marys? Bain Marys are like you'll find it in posh restaurants, like to keep the food hot, and only there you'll find Bain Marys. But no, Swamiji said, take it in trucks, go all the way, travel 1,400, 500 kilometers to come and reach this place. And Swamiji will go, he will come on rounds, randomly surprise check. Swamiji will come on rounds, Swamiji will test the food and see, is it hot when I touch? Is it fresh? If not, Swamiji will make them go and reset the whole thing. The food has to be served hot. Food has to be fresh. The same food that Swamiji is serving for all the Annadan people, that is the food Swamiji will eat. That food only Swamiji had. And the most, like the part for me, which really touched me a lot, was how Swamiji took that decision for this AC. Right? Like, so it was very hot. And they said, Swamiji will get, Swamiji said, okay, what will be the temperature? Swamiji did all these checks. Swamiji said, okay, what will be the temperature? It's going to get really hot. Then let's get something. So for how will so many people sit? So they said, Swamiji, you will get more table time. Swamiji said, no. Then Swamiji, they said, Swamiji, if you put air coolers, it is going to increase our budget a little more. Already we are, we have pushed ourselves too much. There's like everything what we're doing is only service and sit too much. And the some of the main administrative team and like some course sannyasis, they are requesting Swamiji, please can we, consider on this? We can get air to this. People will also understand. They won't bother. You know what Swamiji said? Swamiji looked and Swamiji said, no, not just two ACs. By 2030, ACs, everything has to be functional. Whole time it has to be functional. Anyone entering the hall should feel so comfortable. Oh my God. That was like just too much for me. The decision making. Wow. Like, it's like you can't really say know how Swamiji will decide because there is nothing, literally, tell me any other person. No. I mean, you have been with, like, you have seen how even MNCs, multinational companies take decisions, and you're from a very good background. Tell me, like, have you ever seen anyone, even if it's the richest person, ever being able to make 1% of this kind of decision?
No, no, only Swamiji. I must also mention about you're talking about food and the logistic within his entire camp. I must also mention Shahi Snan. I was there for the first Shahi Snan in Ujjain. I remember like all of us were following Swamiji, and basically we were going in a crowd. And as you said, it was hot. We were all walking barefoot, and it wasn't the most comfort. And there were kids with us. My kids were like not very old. Like there were other kids like them, not just my kids. There were many kids. They were all having fun, all walking barefoot, all of them, and they don't even know what they're experiencing. But I said, you know what? I have to give them this experience because at some point they will know that we experienced something that's extraordinary without even knowing at this point. I must mention one thing that Swamiji was, he could see that things can happen. There was at least 2 or 3 vans of doctors, ambulances, kind of a thing, like with medically equipped, that was following Swamiji, so that any devotee who gets an injury or gets sick or feels faint or whatever happens to them, immediately there has to be medical intervention. They had oxygen cylinders, they had, like, you name it, they had everything in a van following. And I feel, from what I remember, not just one, there were multiple. So he he was pre-planning everything so that the comfort level, and there was attention to detail is amazing. And who would have thought of an ambulance to follow devotees in case, I don't know how, if he ever needed it, but Swamiji from his side, he was 100%, more than 100% prepared to feed people well, to see to their comfort, to see to their medical needs while we are walking towards the Shahi Snan, not just a little makeshift dispensary in the in our camp. Even while we are going, there was people were well attended to. There was there was all these arrangements that were made, and when we came back from the Chahisan again, there was food and everything. We all taken care of, and it was a beautiful experience. And the Shahisan itself was beautiful, because um, when you look at the number of people who are there, and we were given some special path through which we could go just because we were with Swamiji, right? And there were people who were not with any organization and who were just coming there. And we were like specially guided because we were with Swamiji's group. So we were treated differently, like just because we were with Swamiji. So it was a beautiful experience, but like, we don't realize how special it was. And during the, when we were walking towards the Shahi Snan, I just remember that Swamiji was in some kind of a truck. At least it was a higher, basically he was at a level where people could see him clearly. And then there was this yogi who had maintained brahmacharya for years together because his guru had initiated him into that. And he requested at that point, while this Shahi Snan happened, was we were walking towards the Shahi Snan, he requested that he be allowed to pull Swamiji's chariot a few inches. And Swamiji allowed him then and there. And then he accomplished such feat. He came back, Swamiji put a mala on him, and we were like a little, like, overwhelmed that this happened, because it happened right in front of our eyes, how he did it. And Swamiji's grace that he allowed him to pull his chariot, like, for a few, because this was this was pretty big for that particular sadhu. I don't know the specifics of his name, or I just remember this experience that we got to witness at first hand.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Naga sadhus. We actually had a video clip. I'll show it to you right now. we have like you can see behind us, right? Like the Naga sadhus, Naga sadhus only bow down to Paramashiva. They don't bow down to anyone else. That's it. See, all the Naga sadhus throughout when they came, they blessed people. Only to Swamiji, they all are jumping to receive Swamiji's blessing. Only to Swamiji that is. And they're all like they're showering their flowers and garlands, everything. And there was this one Baba, the Naga Sadhu, who was there when his name is, I think, Nagagiri Baba. And he was there when Swamiji was 11 years old. And there was a superconscious mutation process that Swamiji's gurus did for Swamiji. So at that time, who had been there with Swamiji during that time? His disciples. So when, Kumbh Mela was happening, he sent his disciple who had trained as a Naga Baba, Naga Sadhu. He had been trained, and they were not trained with a very, very, very powerful yogic methods through which they had mastered all their senses. And because of that mastery of senses, they had become so strong such that the body became their clothing. Not just that they don't wear clothes, because the body itself became a clothing for their being. That was the level, and their senses don't respond like how our senses are. No, they have mastered over everything. And it's a very powerful yogic feat, the highest honor. Anyone, actually only Paramashiva and an incarnation of Paramashiva is given this honor. No one else, Naga sadhus, don't bow down to anyone else because they're like Avadutas and like they're Naga sadhus, right? So they only bow down to Paramashiva, an incarnation of Paramashiva. So using his male organ, this Naga sadhu, because of the mastery over his senses and the yogic power, he actually came, requested Swamiji, and that too, like as you can see, the crowd was like some other like crazy another level. And like you can literally see so many people, like literally people just crowding around and everything. So even a single second was really difficult to stop or anything. And when Swamiji noted that the Naga Sadhu was asking, saying like if he can, like he just signaled if he can come. Immediately, Swamiji stopped the chariot. Swamiji allowed him to come, and he came. And the moment he came, he actually, I'll just show you the clipping right now. Where he'll come, you can very clearly see how he pulled the whole chariot. So not just the chariot, it was the chariot which is sitting on a tractor. And on that, lot of heavy items are there, like the simhasan is there, and lot of different things are there. It's very, very, very heavy. But because of that yogic power that he had, the Nagasada had, and that because he wanted to offer this to Swamiji, and his guru had sent him to bow down because Paramashiva has come down as Swamiji, and his guru had sent him for that. And the Naga Sadhu, he actually came and tied the entire truck to his male organ and pulled the truck. And this, like what feat you are saying, this exact thing, we all can actually see it here on this particular clip. We can see where the Naga Sadhu is actually getting the permission from Swamiji, and he comes, he tells Swamiji that I want to, I want to do this to you, and he wanted to offer his gratitude to Swamiji. And he came, he tied the entire chariot to his male organ, and he pulled it. Actually, this exact thing is the highest form of respect given only to Paramashiva. So each of this is just phenomenal to see that, to see how they were able to. It was a huge one. Like it is not humanly possible, ordinarily possible. Naga sadhus are themselves actually both Aghoris and Nagas are two sects of the sannyasis who are so powerful, who have mastered. Here you all can see this exact clip. He got blessing and garland from Swamiji, and he had requested Swamiji if he could do it. He got the blessing, and here you can see this exact clip where the Naga sadhu is actually tying the entire chariot to his male organ. We can see how
heavy it is. We can see it's a huge tractor, and he ties it to give his express his gratitude. And here, as we talk, you all can watch the clip. And he ties the chariot to his male organ. He pulls it, offering his gratitude to Paramashiva, who has come down as Swamiji. Each happening like this, it is just phenomenal, ma. And ma Prasanna, another thing you were saying about, right, when you were saying about the snan, you were saying the medical vans that were there and how it was made available to people. And literally another thing that happened. So when the snan was happening, right, and the chariot was going, we had like a lot of people who would come to get the experience, who would come to get the blessings from Swamiji. And, like people be standing on the sides and Swamiji will be putting the gun, and people want something from Swamiji as a form of blessing. So Swamiji would give flowers, Swamiji would give garlands, Swamiji would give all of that to people. Okay, actually, all of you can see here, this is the exact clip where, before I continue further, this is the exact clip where you can see how the Naga Sadhu is actually pulling the chariot. Here we can see he is pulling the entire tractor just through his male organ. Like this, and even in addition to this, right, even when the huge crowds that were there, like I was telling about the Snan, one thing I remember, Ma Prasanna, when I was listening to you share, is there were a lot of people. You can see the crowds, right? Huge number of people, and they all wanted something from Swamiji. And Swamiji was giving, like Swamiji would give fruits, and like bananas, apples, and cucumbers, something. Swamiji like, I want to bless and give them. They're all, nobody should wait, nobody should feel like they're missing out. So I want to give my blessing to everyone. So let me make sure it reaches. And Swamiji was like finding some more other ways he would keep on giving, giving, and giving. And I remember after these trucks passed, still the crowd was huge. Like it was huge number. So Swamiji immediately sent a group of sannyasis. At the end of the very end of the procession, we were doing annadan to people. We had, Swamiji said there should be a truck which will keep distributing prasadam to people, which will give basma. And if someone missed my darshan, if they wanted to come, they were not able to reach out, give them the Adinam address so they can come to Kailasa Ujjain and receive the darshan. Nobody should feel like they missed out. So there were a group of sannyasis. Swamiji, during the procession, I remember the so Swamiji said, no, this has to be thought through. This has to be taken care. Nobody should feel like they have missed out because the crowd was huge. Like it was in millions. We are not talking about even hundreds of thousands. We are talking about millions. There were millions of people gathered, and Swamiji was like, I don't want any of them to miss out. I don't want anyone to feel like they were there. They were trying to reach and they could not reach me. So towards the end, and I remember Swamiji, we were giving curd rice, puliodare, and then we were giving food to people, bananas, apples. Swamiji said distributed basma packets. We would give basma packet, and then we'll have a flyer, a small flyer with address so they can come. So if people miss out, you say, you come here, Swamiji will give you the darshan today. You come here, you attend here, and then we will give them along with the food. So people would come, people will all take it, and they were like, thank you so much. We want to meet Swamiji, we want to get his blessing. So like you were mentioning, how much Swamiji attended. It's not just the people, devotees. Everyone, anyone and everyone who came to his breathing space, Swamiji attended to. So
Like just actually remembering this is too sweet, too sweet. Like, just to remember the compassion and the level at which Swamiji thinks, Mama, that is something I really feel so touched by. Every time I remember these things, it's like, how does Swamiji make decisions? Like, nothing else other than love, unconditional love. That level of, it's just too sweet. That level of how beautifully Swamiji would attend to each person, each and every single person, and the care, like as she was sharing, even to a remote person whom we all have no clue about, but just because that they should not miss the darshan and they should not go hungry. Like the level to which Swamiji thinks, and all these things, it's not that all these were at
planned some time back by a big group of people. No, every single thing Swamiji will be on ground making these decisions. That is why now when we are having the Paramashiva Sena program, this becomes a part of our biomemory just by seeing the way how Swamiji makes decisions. And now, because it's a digital training too, like you're going to get digital training, you're going to gain competence in AI and how to use AI practically, all these, the people that are coming to this batch, Paramashiva Sena, are going to experience how to do that training by being on ground and being able to do that level of training and being able to experience that powerful way how Swamiji makes decisions, everything to become their own experience. That's why, like, youth, young people, this is a huge blessing because you have a great future ahead just by coming and being here. Like, this is something that I wanted also just add to what you're saying.
Absolutely, Ma. It was amazing. And I was just very lucky that I could attend Ujjain with both the kids, and I could attend Nasik Kumbh Mela as well. Both of them, I feel like I just remember there was, I think maybe it may have been Nasik Kumbh Mela, but I remember one, some Matadishwar, he came in and then Swamiji just casually introduced him saying that, oh, he is so and so, and he took Jala Samadhi for so many days, no, Bhu Samadhi for so many days. And then when he came out of the Bhu Samadhi, Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister, came and she offered flowers and her prostrations to him. And we were like so dumbfounded, like we were so, awestruck that he just casually saying, this is this. And then that sadhu had actually come to prostrate in front of Swamiji. So everybody, like, so they were like the who's who in the world of uh, Hinduism, like the heads of organization, all of them are coming to meet Swamiji to offer their, their humble prostrations to him. And we were just so lucky, like casually sitting around him as if, you know, you know, without even recognizing, that we are in the presence of such greatness. So I think sometimes I feel like we are just very lucky that we just, got to meet Swamiji and, we have been initiated by him. We've attended so many programs. We've been around Swamiji for so long. We were just very, very lucky that Cosmos gave us that gift to us. So, yeah, I must say that
Oh my
Kumbh
God,
Mela.
actually, sorry, you had like this statement. I have to mention an incident here, and your sharing is so beautiful. It's even igniting so many memories inside me of what so many things happen because it is such a huge scale. But this particular point, I have to tell this incident here because, like you said, all who's of Hinduism, they all had come to go down and just get Swamiji's blessing. I remember this so well. This was like an eye opener for me in Kumbh Mela, and this happened in Ujjain. And we were in Ujjain, we used to do, all of us kids, we were continuously doing third eye scans for people, third eye reading. And we were there like we had like a stall in the temple, right? So I used to be there. And I remember this incident so well. And I was, I think, only 15 years old, or 15 or 16 years old at the time. And I was doing the third eye reading and power demonstration for people, scanning. Swamiji is like, everyone has, anyone who comes, each one we have to attend to. So whatever each of you can offer it to people. Just keep giving, giving, giving. So we were there, we were doing this third eye scanning. There was this one particular sadhu who came, and I remember he looked very old, and his legs will be like literally like just like skeleton, like just so thin. I remember this so very well. And he would have long jatas, and he had come and he said, can you do the third eye? And I put on the eye band and I did the third eye. He wrote some words in Hindi and he gave me. I read it and then I opened my eye band and I saw he was in tears. I didn't know what to even respond because that's not something you would normally see people. And I was not even sure. He's like a Naga Sadhu, and he came and he was literally crying. He was literally in tears of bliss. And he looked at me and he said, can you tell me what your age is? So I said, I'm 14, 15 years old. And I told him my age. And he looked at me silently for a minute or two and he said, do you know
I have been standing, like I'm doing the tapas of not sitting. I've only been standing and doing tapas for almost 40 years in my life. And after almost 40 years, it is only now I am doing 1 or 2 powers. You are just half of my age, and you are manifesting this power. And this was not something that surprised me. The next statement he made, he looked at me and he asked me, "Do you realize the greatness of Swamiji?" That one question, I mean, I know Swamiji is God. I've experienced Swamiji so deeply. But hearing that from, that sadhu was like, oh my God. He said, do you realize who Swamiji is? Do you realize, like he told in Hindi, do you realize he's Mahan? Do you realize what a Mahapurush he is? That is why I have come to get his blessing. I will attain the fulfillment of my tapas. He said he came that day just to get Swamiji's blessing. He was like literally crying. And he said, all the tapas I did was for this. Like I wanted to experience these divine possibilities. And I did for 40 years. Actually, I could see like his leg was like just skeleton and skin. He has stood for so long. And actually, even to walk, right, he will have a stick. So he like kind of walk like that because he has stood for so long. He's never sat a moment in his life for that 40 years. And when he saw that, he was like crying and he said that you guys are just half of my age. He saw the entire group of adolescents who were manifesting power. People normally tell you guys are manifesting, that's amazing. But the question, the statement he made next was like, wow, how blessed we are. We have Swamiji in us, with us, and literally, like right now, sitting at someone who's in Australia, someone who's in Europe, just sitting on their couch, they can experience third eye awakening. He said, I have done tapas for 40 years, I have been standing, and only now I have been able to have glimpses of these powers. You kids are able to manifest this so easily, so beautifully. Do you realize the greatness of Swamiji? I was like, wow, oh my God, so true. How blessed we are. So when you were saying that, right, it is so, we are so casually, we are able to have access to Paramashiva daily, 7 to 9. He is there. He is continuously being available 24 by 7 in every platform, every which way. Like how blessed we are, right? It is the moment you said, I remember this and I felt like I have to share this. It is just too beautiful. I've never had anyone I've had people share about their experiences with Swamiji, but hearing from that sadhu and hearing he looked at me straight and he asked me that question. It was something so beautiful. Like how blessed we are that we have Swamiji in our lives.
Absolutely, Ma. I must also mention that when I went to, but both Nasik and of course at a different scale in Ujjain, there were many devotees who had come just to support Swamiji in the infrastructure, building the infrastructure or maintaining, taking care of that for a long time, maybe even a month or more. I was there for maybe like 10 days or 2 weeks at the most. But I saw that there were people who had come all the way from like maybe Tamil Nadu, many different parts of the country, but basically a group of people who came there, stayed there, helped Swamiji in every detail of um, setting up and then maintaining his infrastructure, serving people. And it's because like Swamiji had inspired them to come and experience Kumbh Mela and to contribute towards it, right? So he was able to, Swamiji is being who he is, being Paramashiva, he's able to inspire such a huge group of people, bless them, and make sure that there's enough people to take care of all his plans. And of course, Swamiji was the one who plans it, who gives all the small details about how it should be done. But and then for execution, he has all of his devotees, volunteers, like, and so that everyone goes out of the program, out of Kumbh Mela with a beautiful experience. Everybody who comes to take darshan has a beautiful experience. They are well fed, taken care of. So many details. So I just I mean, how Swamiji is able to inspire so many people to gather around him to serve other people. That is also an eye-opening experience. That's not something that everybody is able to. I know we didn't go to other organizations camps to see, but I know that ours was the biggest of all the different camps in within Kumbh Mela. So I think we were first of all blessed to experience it, but also the scale at which Swamiji does things is just a huge eye-opening experience. Only Swamiji
Thank you,
can
Ma. Actually,
plan so beautifully and such an elaborate arrangement.
absolutely.
Yeah. Beautiful, yeah.
Thank you. Actually, I didn't even realize so much of time has passed. It is so sweet even just reminiscing these moments. And like actually now, in just a few seconds from now, we are going to be experiencing the live darshan of Swamiji. Swamiji is coming live. So Ma Prasanna, such a beautiful sharing you did. Like those moments that you shared really took us to experiencing, reliving those beautiful, sweet memories. So thank you so much for taking your time and coming. And I'm sure all the viewers and participants also loved the way you shared and what you shared. Of course, the way how Swamiji has been and continuing to be for all of us. And with this, we
Ma,
are
thank you
now
for the
going to be
opportunity,
entering.
Nityananda.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. Nityanandam. Now, to all the other participants that are here with us, let us all get ready, prepare ourselves, and enter into the meditation. Please sit. Continue to be seated. Now, let us all experience the powerful darshan of Swamiji. Bhagavan Mahasadashiva Murthy. Please sit straight. To all the participants, viewers watching us on YouTube, we request you all to kindly refresh the same channel and you will be able to access the new stream. Let us now enter into the darshan.
Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
25 cosmic dimension. These 25 cosmic dimensions of Paramashiva is the 25 face of Paramashiva. This 25 face, even if you understand intellectually and start connecting, he will simply manifest in you, because right now he is sitting with all the auspicious, joyful, blissful, kolagala, nityotsava, swarupa. Even if you just internalize and understand, you will connect with him right now and manifest.
வருக வருகவே
Profound essence of Paramashiva's ultimate manifestation, his Paramavatara, his Davatara, the neon embodied form as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as our beloved Swamiji. Say, as all of us, the entire cosmos, behold this most auspicious darshan of Paramashiva in his manifestation as Mahasadashiva Murthy, manifesting himself, Swamiji, for every one of you that are listening, receiving this session, every one of you that are beholding this most auspicious session, you can post all your prayers, all your heartfelt prayers, the deepest yearnings that you have directly to Swamiji. You can receive anytime. Now we are going to be taking you all through those different social media platforms through which you can directly get Swamiji, posting your prayers, whatever moves you to ask and directly. Take a moment and head to KAILASA's SPH Nityananda YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe to this subscribe. You're going to get access to intense, powerful revelations in various aspects of life, every aspect of Hinduism, directly the very signs of enlightenment, given to you in the form of. Head to this link and join these powerful revelations and go to the live video. Click on the live video, you'll be able to see this current live right now. That's the live version. And in the live chat section, you can post your prayers and receive the direct lesson from Swamiji to YouTube. The next platform that we have is X, previously called as. Kindly head to KAILASA's SPH Nityananda Paramashi on X, and here you can hit that follow button. Go to the topmost pinned tweet, and as a reply to the pinned tweet, you can post whatever prayers you want and receive the direct blessing from Swamiji directly. Make sure to include the hashtag #RTheAvatar. The next platform is Instagram. Take a moment and head to KAILASA's SPH Nityananda Instagram handle and hit that follow button and go to the live video. Click on the profile picture to take it to the live video. And in the live video, the comment section, you can post whatever moves you want. And there are so many of you who are just waiting to come be part of the Maha Kumbh Mela 2025 and be part of Swamiji's Paramashiva Sena. So all those who want to do that, and maybe some obstacle that you are having, go ahead, head to each of these platforms, post that obstacle, request for blessing, and just your prayer being seen by Swamiji, then all those obstacles will go away. But Swamiji is not just going to be seen, but also hearing your prayers and responding with blessings, showering with grace and blessings for each of us. So head to these links, each one of these platforms, and post your prayers. The next is the Facebook page. And on this platform, you will get all the news, events, happenings, and updates from KAILASA. You can join millions of the others who are receiving the latest updates and staying connected with KAILASA on this Facebook page. Head to KAILASA's SPH Nityananda Paramashi. If you like to know the spelling, it's on the screen on the slide that you all can see. You can head to that page and make sure you press the like button and follow it. On that page, go to the live video section. And in the comment section of that live video, you can post all your prayer requests, your boost requests, and blessings. Most importantly, as you do, please click the share button. And you can share this session to all your loved ones. Whoever comes into your mind, who you feel like really receive blessings today, just share it on your messenger, share it on your WhatsApp, or various other platforms that you are in. Invite people for them to receive the grace that they are yearning for lifetime. And today, the Parliamentary House of KAILASA welcomes all the Hindus from around the world for the Parliament. And we recently observed the International Unique Talent Day, which celebrates the inherent uniqueness of every individual. The day highlights the importance of self-expression, encouraging people to share their diverse talents with the world. All the teachings from Hinduism have revived by the Supreme Pontiff offers a profound framework for individuals to connect with their authentic self. Hinduism's emphasis on experiencing enlightenment enables individuals to discover and express their innate talent, whether they are artistic, intellectual, or spiritual. Through KAILASA's educational program, Swamiji's empowered individuals tap into their unique potential, allowing them to contribute meaningfully to the these ancient practices, communities worldwide, can foster a culture of creativity and individuality, nurturing a global environment where talent are celebrated and shared. Most importantly, that for the purpose of it. So our question to you all is, how can the global community utilize the principles of KAILASA as established by Swamiji to unlock individual potential and to celebrate the unique talents in we have a few options for you as well, whether promoting the individualized education systems like the Gurukul system, fostering environments of spiritual and creative freedom, integrating the ancient Hindu wisdom into the modern practices, establishing the competition systems or whether the education force, all of this based on the principles of oneness and non-violence that Swamiji has established as civilians. So we request all of you to head to kailasa.org/Hindu-. And on this link, click on this link, you will get today's date. Please click on the date, you will find today's question, and you can cast your vote. All the members of Raj Sabha who are part of the functional nation of KAILASA, all of you are welcome to participate, take part in this voting. And the next is the members of the Chit Sabha House of Parliament. And this is a very, very important question. In Bangladesh, Hindu monk Krishnadas Prabhu was arrested for protesting against the atrocities and the persecution of Hinduism. Following his arrest, the violence erupted, resulting in the mob lynching supported the cause, along with the tragic murder of the lawyer who was representing him. And this has been part of the ongoing attacks and persecution on Hindus, the Hindu authorities in Bangladesh. These events highlight the relentless persecution of the Hindu leaders and their supporters despite these. And all of these attacks that are happening, where the various extremist elements, the anti-Hindu elements that are in the country of Bangladesh, many of these anti-Hindu elements continuously are targeting, attacking, and persecuting the Hindus. And this, the Hindu monk, who is a Hindu leader, is the head of ISKCON in Bangladesh, and he has been arrested illegally, and he has been in prison. This is the plight of Hindus. And Swamiji had consistently warned of the Hindu Holocaust, repeatedly urging the world to address this oppression against them. To protect Hindus from such persecution, Swamiji established KAILASA, which provides political legitimacy to Hinduism, which is crucial for us Hindus to exercise our rights, the basic humanitarian rights which Hindus are denied of today. Bangladesh, which was once a Hindu nation, today it has become a place where Hindus are being continuously targeted and persecuted. And this Hindu Holocaust is happening even to this day. And Swamiji has become a voice, taken this to the international platform, voicing out for the rights of Hindus and for various Hindu minority traditions, indigenous communities of Hindus, and to stop this persecution happening. And for this, it is very important that all of us come together. Swamiji is actually spearheading this great effort, uniting the 2 billion Hindus and voicing out for the persecution, standing up strong as a single voice, voicing out for against the persecution that's happening on Hinduism, Hindu Holocaust. And in the light of this violence, persecution that is happening towards Hindus, how would you like to be part of the mission that Swamiji is standing up for, that Swamiji is doing through KAILASA to awaken the world about the ongoing Hindu Bhagavana.org /vote. And please cast your vote for what God thought us. We call upon all the Chitsabha members, all the members, the Chitsabha, all the Sarvajnapita Yajaman, Kartas, all of you, we invite you all, please participate in this. Head to the screen and cast your vote. We thank all of you for your participation. Now, let us all continue receiving the darshan of Paramashiva's ultimate manifestation as Mahasadashiva manifesting presence.
चंद विनाशन सकल जन प्रिय मंदराधीश महेश
வினோக்கும் நீனானாவது உனக்கு என்னை தெளிவாக்குவது காருண்யம் எனது உன்னது பிறவி நோக்கும் நீனானாவது உனக்கு என்னை தெளிவாக்குவது காருண்யம் எனது உண்மையை புரிந்து கொள்வாய் மட நெஞ்சே உன்னை நீ புரிந்து கொள்வாய் உண்மையை புரிந்து கொள்வாய் மட நெஞ்சே உன்னை நீ புரிந்து கொள்வாய் என் கண்களை நீ பார்த்தது போதுதான் உனக்கென காத்திருந்தேன் என் கண்களை நீ பார்த்தது போதுதான் உனக்கென காத்திருந்தேன் நான் காலமாய் காத்திருந்தேன் நான் காலமாய் காத்திருந்தேன் காயும் நிலவும் காட்சியும் இருந்தெல்லா ஒன்றே ஒன்றே நீயும் நானும் இருவிரல்லா ஒன்றே 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 நான் தான் சிவன் 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 நானே அவன் 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 உன்னில் உறையும் மகாசதாசிவன் உன்னில் உறையும் மகாசதாசிவன் शंभो भोलेनाथ शंभो नित्यानंद शंभो भोलेनाथ शंभो नित्यानंद शंभो भोलेनाथ भोलेनाथ शंभो पधारे नित्यानंद शंभो पधारे मेरे
We welcome each and every one of you who are sitting with us from all over the world enjoying the auspicious Darshan today. As we're all enjoying the Darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyānanda Paramashivām, we'd like to take a few moments to share with each and every one of you about Ask Nityananda and Enlighten AI. Enlighten AI is the application that is now available for each and every one of you through the Google Play Store, through which you can utilize all the latest AI features of Ask Nityananda and Enlighten AI. Enlighten AI has various features such as giving you all the details about the latest programs, giving you the latest notifications about all the upcoming events and darshans, initiations, so you can be on top and not miss anything. Through Enlighten AI, you can also track your spiritual routine and whether you're doing the morning yoga, the puja, and the power manifestation, and track yourself through the entire time. Ask Nityananda is also integrated into the Enlighten AI, and Enlighten AI also has a very special list of all the books and all the satsangs and the powerful cognitions, the revelations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that is personally curated based on your interactions with the application and with Ask Nityananda. Ask Nityananda in itself is also integrated inside the Enlighten AI itself. So through that, you can now access Ask Nityananda and ask all your questions, prayers, and any kind of knowledge that you want to have, any doubts that you have, you can always go over to Ask Nityananda and ask your questions. Ask Nityananda has been trained on over 40 plus years of the revelations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and you can now access it for absolutely free of cost. So if you have a WhatsApp, and if you have a mobile phone, or if you have access to a browser, through any of these, you can access Ask Nityananda. Let us now have a quick look at how you can access Enlighten AI.
So, the first thing all of you can do is becoming an e-citizen of KAILASA. Becoming an e-citizen of KAILASA opens all of KAILASA's digital services to you. And becoming an e-citizen is also completely free. So just head over to the WhatsApp number that's projected on your screen, and just by chatting with our WhatsApp bot, you will be able to complete your e-citizenship process. At the same time, you can also become an e-citizen even after downloading the application. So once you download the Enlighten AI application, in the first login space, you will be able to create your e-citizenship account and gain access to not just Enlighten AI, but all of KAILASA's digital services. And to download the app, head over to the Google Play Store, search for Enlighten, and click on the Enlighten AI application that has the logo of the emblem of KAILASA, and install this completely free application. And for all of the users on Android, it is available today. You can all download and start using it. If you're already using it, make sure to share Enlighten AI and Ask Nityananda with your friends and family.
Now, we request every one of you to take a few moments to go ahead and download Enlighten AI or use Ask Nityananda through ask.nityananda.ai. With that, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining in for Darshan. Let us all now continue to enjoy the Darshan of Bhagavan Sri Nithyānanda Paramashivām. Thank you, Nityananda.
Sari ni sada ni sari gari maga pa ma da pa ni da ni pa da ma pa da ni ni da da pa pa ma ma mata jana gopitvam yennammayappane ratrim divasatvam kalam niravayanam jagadharistvam antastvam he jagatkaranam mama sangharshatvam purnatvam he phanapradam mama bhumirakashatvam nityananda mama sarvasvam nityananda mama sarvasvam. सनातन धर्म के उधार, सकल जग दुख दैत्य संहार। तुझे जो टोके वो अपने मरण स्मरण कर लेना, उनकी आचरण सहन करेंगे तू अपनी जन्म कारण पूरी कर ले। तेरे शरण शरण में आए हम, साथ तेरे हैं हम। मम माता जनकोऽपि त्वं, मम माता जनकोऽपि त्वं, मम माता जनकोऽपि त्वं। नित्यानन्दा मम सर्वस्वं, नित्यानन्दा मम सर्वस्वं, नित्यानन्दा मम सर्वस्वं, मम सर्वस्वं, मम सर्वस्वं।
Activity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivamam, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. Om Sahasradala Pankaje Sakala Shita Rashmi Prabham Varabhayakarambujam Vimalagandha Pushpambaram Prasannavadanekshanam Sakala Devatarupinam Smare Shirasi Hamsakam Tadabhidana Purvam Kurum Atadhupaha Om Dhurasi Dhurvadhurvantam Dhurvadayosman Dhurvaditam Dhurvayam Vayam Dhurvamastam Devanamasi Sasnidamam Vapritamam Jattatamam Pannitamam Devautamam Ahritamasi Havindanam Trigumhasvamakva Mitrasyatva Chakshusha Prekshir Mavirma Samvikta Matva Higum Shishum Shri Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha Dhupamagrapayami Atha Deepaha Om Uddipya Swajata Vedo Bhaktim Niraritim Mama Pasu Gujyamahyama Vahajivanam Chadisho Disha Manohitum Sirjata Vedo Gamashvam Purusham Jagate Abhidradagna Agahi Shriyama Paripataya Shri Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivaya Namaha Deepam Sandarshayami Athanaivedyam Madhuvatartayate madhuksharanti sindavaha Madhvira
त्वोषधीः मधुरक्तमुदोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवसुम्रजः मधुद्योरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुभागम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु 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 श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येत्यायजते इमां जनतागुं सङ्गृह्णानीति द्वादशारत्नीरशना भवति द्वादश मासा संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुण्ढे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्वै मुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुण्ढे चित्रा नक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत्कर्म कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि ओमाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरि ओम् तत्सत् सर्वम् भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु ओम् नित्यानन्दम्
ही मैं करूं तेरे खानों पे
as the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Mahasadashiva Murthy. I bless you all with Paramadvaita. Paramashivasya Mahasadashiva Murthy Paramavatari Maya Bhavatyah Sarvebhyah Paramadvaitasya Asihidiyati. Om. 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 Direct message from Paramashiva, from Maha KAILASA. Never allow delusions to overpower you. Continuously peel the delusions layer by layer by layer. Every layer of the delusion you peel it, you free yourself from it. Your sufferings will drop. Listen. Every delusion covers you like a layer. From that layer, incidents of your life manifest. It's like a movie on the screen. First, the screen forms the base. Then, many things are shown on the screen. Same way, your delusion forms the base and many incidents manifest from that delusion. Tamas is the toxic delusion. Once you start enjoying it, allowing it due to various reasons, I tell you, whoever sells your time for someone else, means if you are working for others, invariably you are bound to allow tamas to settle down on you. You are bound to allow tamas to overpower you because someone else is responsible. Someone else is boss. All you need to do is be cunning enough to cheat him, to convince him over. You can continue the life. Always mind takes easy way out and tamas as a toxin encourages this. Listen. That is why I insist on being your own boss. Listen, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, whether you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, any any profession you belong to, you are your own boss. There is no boss higher than you. Do you know there is a rule in Manu? Even if you are a Vaishya, only first 25 years your son or a subordinate, means only till his brahmacharya period, he can be under you. The moment he is about 25, he has crossed 25, for his vivaha, marriage has come. After the vivaha, he can't be under you. He has to be his own boss. Layer by layer of delusion creates various levels of incidents in your life. Various reactions and actions in your life. I'll give you like a formulas. If your tamas layer is covering you, putting you in sleep, pushing you to the level of sushupti, sleep, the actions and reactions, the scene and incidents you manifest from that is your dreams. When you take alcohol or any addictive drugs, the actions and reactions you see in your deluded state does not go away after you settle down. They continue to impact your decision-making capability. Remember, the dreams you go through does not continue to stay throughout your day, but the experiences you go through, the patterns you go through, deluded experiences you go through during the addictions impact your decision-making capability and continues to impact your daily life even after you are out of the effect of that drug. And I'm giving you one by one layers. The tamas of deep sleep, tamas of drugs, worse than these two. Tamas of the drugs is worse than the tamas of deep sleep. Maybe I should show like this first, because the way I show, based on that you will understand. Your mind, your visualization will function only based on the way I move my hands. The tamas toxin you allow to settle down on you during the deep sleep is one layer. Worse than that is the tamas you allow during the drugs, alcohol, addictive drugs, illegal drugs, sometimes even legal drugs, which addicts you. Third, the tamas you allow due to food addiction. The tamas you allow due to food addiction. Listen. And fourth, actually, the tamas you allow due to food addiction is more serious than the drug addiction, because you don't even realize the impact of your food in your daily decisions, whether decisions related to relationship or business, or even your opinions about the life you build. Your food plays a major role, very big role. Unfortunately, you are not waking up to it. Then the next layer is the tamas you allow due to anger on the person whom you choose as a boss. See, you wanted job, you accept somebody as your boss, but you allow so much anger to be cherished by you, thinking that he is exploiting you. Then you develop anger towards him. With that anger, you allow tamas to settle down in you, which permanently, mentally makes you handicapped. You become mentally handicapped. I tell you, if you are working for someone, you almost stop using very important, powerful parts of your brain to take the responsibility for whole life, to visualize whole life and take responsibility for it. That is one of the biggest power. Human beings don't manifest that power, lives as human cattle. Listen to this word, human cattle. Those who work for others do not even visualize their full life and take responsibility for it. They always think, oh, they plan, they think only for the salary they get. With that, what they should do in their life, their whole planning ability is minimized to their salary, and always the furthering of their life is nothing but fighting with their boss, not taking responsibility and expanding life. I repeat, my disciples, practicing Hindus, should be their own boss. All my disciples, all practicing Hindus should be their own boss. Listen. The layers and layers and layers of delusion. Delusion you develop, the tamas layer you develop during the deep sleep, tamas layer you develop during the drugs, alcohol, or any illicit drugs, the tamas you develop due to your food habits, food patterns, tamas you develop due to anger, violence. I am describing each layer of tamas. And each layer of tamas raises, gives birth to different levels of addictions and delusions, actions and reactions. Do you know the funny thing? If somebody tries to wake you up from your delusion, you get anger towards them. You get angry. You try to brush them aside. You hate people who really want you to be awakened from your delusion. Then the most powerful and worst delusion is conscious delusion. Maya. Those who fall into the delusion consciously. For this conscious delusion, how you allow conscious delusion and delude yourself. I'll give you a small story. It's actually from our scriptures. It's not story, it's the incident happened from Hindu scriptures. Narada, a great sage, all of you know that. One of the greatest brahmachari, Triloka Sanchari. He has a very big powers. Not just powers, he is also a great bhakta, devotee of Narayana. So once he goes to Narayana, Parandama, and asks Narayana, Prabhu, everyone is saying, Maya is too powerful, delusion is too powerful, it's very difficult to handle. Can you show what Maya is? Because Narada is a born Jivan Mukta. He is son of Brahma. So when Brahma manifested him itself, He manifested Narada as a Jivan Mukta, and he was born liberated. Narada, Sugabrahma Rishi, all of them were born liberated. While they are born, they are Jivan Muktas. So he never tasted Maya. He doesn't know what Maya can do. Unmarried, he is also unmarried. So he will not know what Maya can do. He goes and asks Narada, Parandama, Vasudeva, Narayana, can you show what is delusion? What is Maya? Narayana asked, can you get me a little water? Immediately Narada, oh God, what did I do? Narayana is thirsty. I am supposed to be a great devotee serving before Bhagavan asks. I should immediately fetch water for him. He ran to the river, nearby river. He got a vessel and filling the water to bring it to Narayana. He saw a beautiful woman taking bath in the river. The moment he saw her, he just fell in love with her. And he started walking behind her. She went to her village, nearby village. He went behind her, asked her to get married to him. She said, come and talk to my father. He went and convinced her father, got married, had first child, second child, third child, fourth child. Suddenly one day, there was a huge flood in that river. His whole village was getting washed. He saw his house was washed. His agriculture field was washed. Everything is lost. He decided at least to save his family. His wife and 4 kids. He was holding them tightly, but the flood was getting more and more wild. The water level was increasing. First he lost one child, then next child, then the third child. 4th child also is gone. Now only his wife is left. He is holding her tightly, but he is also realizing the ground under his feet is getting washed. Means he is losing his hold on the ground. At that moment, due to the intense pain, he called Narayana, why are you doing this to me? From Vaikunta, he got the response, hey Narada, I sent you to get water. What happened? Suddenly, Narada woke up. He heard the voice. Narada, I sent you to get water. What happened? Suddenly, he woke up with folded hands. He said, Narayana, thank you, thank you, thank you for saving me from this Maya. Now I know what Maya can do. Now I know what delusion can do. Oh God, this is what is delusion. This is what is Maya. Then he asked Narayana, Oh Prabhu, Parandama, how did I fall in delusion? How did I fall in delusion? Then Parandama says, Narayana says, come on, let's do completion. Relive the whole thing as it happened. Come on. Then Narada sits with a long paper and says, okay, the world, my world, the world. Narayana told me to get water. My world. I felt Narayana is thirsty and I should immediately rush and get the water. And how can I be, being a great devotee of Narayana, let Narayana be thirsty and did not even realize it, and I should have given water before even he felt thirsty. What kind of a devotee I am? Here I am, Narayana, Parandama. I'll be back in few minutes with water. I ran. There I saw young, beautiful woman. Fell in love with her. Then suddenly, when he was writing this, he asked Narayana, Parandama, I had only good intention as a devotee who wants to always care for you. As a dedicated devotee, I wanted to quench your thirst. So I went to just get water for you. Is this wrong? What is wrong in this? Narayana said, tell me, what exactly happened? Narada says, you asked water because you are thirsty. I went to bring water. Narayana said, exactly, that is where you fell into the Maya. I asked water. Did I tell I am thirsty? How can you not remember my space? How can you think, how will Narayana be thirsty? How can you have your own opinion about my instruction? It just clicked to Narada. Yes, that is where exactly Narada fell into delusion. See, Narayana just smiled and said, how can I be thirsty? Narada said, that is true. You are in Milky Ocean, Par Kadal, Milky Ocean, Shira Sagara, how can you be thirsty? When Narada lost the knowledge of the true identity of Parandama, reduced Parandama's true identity, lowered Parandama's true identity, Narada also lost his true identity. Listen, when Narada pulled Parandama down to the human level, Narada also collapsed to the human level. As long as Narada held Parandama as Parama Satya, as long as Narada held Narayana as Parabrahma, Parandama, Paramasatya, he was also in the same state of oneness with that Paramasatya. When Narada pulled Narayana from that Paramasatya state to the human level, he also fell to the human level. The conscious decisions you take are responsible for your conscious delusions. Listen to this carefully. The moment he fell into the level of human being, naturally he fell in love with that young beautiful woman and started going behind her. Everything followed. The delusion layer, the moment you allow the delusion layer, see, for example, the moment you fall asleep, after that, you can't control the incidents of the dream. You can only make the decision whether to fall asleep and dream or not to fall asleep at all. That freedom you have. But once you fall asleep, the dreams are not in your control. Same way, once you fall into delusion, the incidents and things happen after that are not in your control. Whenever you bring your God, your ideal, your Guru down from his Paramasatyatva, you also fall. Whenever you fall, you bring him also down. It is both. Listen, Narada gave his own opinion. Narada came to his own conclusion for Narayana's instruction. So finally, when Narayana asked, "Hey Narada, I sent you to get water. What happened?" He suddenly woke up. Oh my God. The last call all of you will receive from Mahakailasa. Listen. The last call Narada received from Vaikunta, from Parandama is, "Hey Narada, I sent you for water. What happened?" Same way, the last call you will receive from Kailasa is, "Hey, I sent you for enriching and causing. What happened?" I sent you for enriching and causing. What happened? You will wake up. Listen. Even now I am calling. Hey, I sent you for enriching and causing. What happened? Blessed are those who decide to wake up. Sit and do exact Narada exercise. I name this as a Narada exercise. I told you to enrich and cause, but you thought I need people and money. You gave your opinion, your conclusion for my instruction. The moment you brought me down from my Paramashivatva, you also collapsed from your Paramashivatva. Delusion starts from there. Flashback. Listen. Narayana asked for water to do Acharya Abhishekam to Narada, to give the next level blessing. It may be any reason. But Narada came to the conclusion, Narayana asked for Narayana. So when Narada asked, when Narada come to the conclusion, when Narada came to the conclusion, Narayana asked for water for himself. He brought Narayana down from the Paramasatya, and he also fell down from that Paramasatya. Because he fell down from the Paramasatya, he got into the delusion. I tell you, all those who thought, I am asking you to enrich and cause because I need disciples or I need money, finished, over. You fell into the delusion. And after that, even enriching and causing you won't do. Forget about enriching and causing. Even your own goals, you will not proceed further because the fundamental delusion makes you consciously handicapped. The moment you think you are asked to work for me, you become my subordinate. You start hating me. Listen, I asked you to enrich and cause, so you will be constantly in that higher space. Whenever you enrich others, Whenever you give these powerful cognitions to others, you experience that higher space. You remember them. You remember those powerful cognitions again. You relive those powerful cognitions again. You re-establish yourself in those powerful cognitions again. One example I can give. If you are really feeling stuck with incompletions with wealth, just start enriching people with all the great truths I revealed about wealth completion. Just talk to 10 people how to complete with the poverty patterns, how to be a boss, how to be powerful, how not to allow poverty delude you, make you sick, how not to allow the poverty to suffocate you. Just teach this completion for 10 people. Suddenly you will feel so powerful and complete. You will manifest wealth. You will have a breakthrough. That pattern with which you are struggling, suffocating yourself, will lose power over you. Listen. Same way, if you are stuck with health issues, you are not feeling empowered to do yoga, laziness is taking over you, Brahma Muhurta yoga is not happening, just talk to 20 people, enrich them. How Brahma Muhurta yoga, early morning Brahma Muhurtam time, yoga, pranayama is the best for life. How many great things it brings. Enrich people, cause them, do wake-up call for them, form a team to do yoga together. You will see within a week, you will start doing yoga intensely. I tell you, every enriching process I gave you, whether for health, yoga, or puja, or wealth completion, or relationship completion with others, anything, enriching is to keep you always in enlightened space. Everyone around you, listen, everyone around you should feel you are the source for their energy, inspiration. People come and tell me, Swamiji, after the inner awakening, Paramashivoham, we feel so high. But in few months, it goes down. How to keep ourselves in that high? I tell you, within the 6 months of you completing inner awakening, literally you should have taken the inner awakening session for everyone around you in your life. Then you will never go down. Enriching others is the powerful way to enlighten yourself. Enriching, constant enriching is living enlightenment. When you constantly talk to people, near and dear ones, family, teamily, everyone, all these great truths, powerful truths, you will have continuous breakthroughs inside you. I ask you to do enriching for your enlightenment, not because I need people. Listen, when you enrich people, you will be successful in your business. You will be successful in your relationships. You will be a successful leader. You will not be a human cattle. The greatest training I received from my gurus is not just sitting hours together in samadhi. That is also great. But one of the most wonderful training I received is my gurus used to ask me to be in the street. The book distribution, the small booklets will be free and the big books will be sold. During the Kartiki Deepam on Paurnami days, many of you may be aware that my guru Panduranganar is my acharya. He has written more than 200 books. The small booklets, like less than 100 pages, free. And the big books, like a 500 page, are to be sold. Sold means what in those days? Just 10 rupees. But to buy that one book, these people will ask 100 questions. It means I have to know all answers for them. First thing, I need to know what is in that books. Second, I need to explain to them in the way they understand. Only if they are convinced they are going to buy. Third thing, I learned what really people want from Sanatana Hindu Dharma. What people want from Sanatana Hindu Dharma, not what we are offering. We need to know what people want. I tell you, this training made me user-friendly. If this training was not given to me, I will be sitting in Samadhi in remote Himalayas or maybe in the cave inside Arunachala in Samadhi. Very few who had the darshan of Ramana Maharshi and got the blessing. Very few who received him. Like that, very few of you would have received me. But this training made me useful for millions of you. Listen, I never thought they are asking me to sell books for their profit. No. I was very clear. If my Acharya says, it is for the right reason. Whether I understand or not, I am going to do. And I will not make my reason, my conclusion, my opinion for his instruction. Over. I tell you, I did not allow delusion to settle in me. I did not make my own reason, my own conclusion for my Guru's words. So, not only I did the enriching and causing, I learned the science of how to constantly being useful to people. One thing, even if I was not doing the enriching, I will be in Samadhi because of I am a born with that knowledge of enlightenment and experience of enlightenment. as an incarnation. That is different. But not coming to my own conclusion, not giving my reason for my Guru's words, and not pulling my Guru down and not pulling myself down, the enriching I did has taught me so much. I should say my public life started when I was 10, 11, when I started book distribution in the streets of Tiruvannamalai. That's when I learned what people want. What people want. For one book to be sold, I'll be spending sometimes even half an hour, 40 minutes. But after that I saw that book distribution has become almost like a satsang. It's not that only one person will listen. I've started speaking so detailed, some 30-40 people will stand around and start watching, start listening. Then slowly I saw the book distribution has become almost like a daily satsang. 40-50 people will just sit down. So we will have to make the stall little bigger. Because along with the people who are buying, the people who want to listen, they have come and started sitting and settling down. And the next thing is, those who started coming and settling down regularly, they have started distributing books. It became a larger book distribution network. I can see how Kailasa evolved from Tiruvannamalai. All because I did not allow the original delusion, the origin of delusion into me. Pratama Maya, the conscious delusion, was not allowed inside me. Listen. The great ideal of Vivekananda, Atmano mokshartam jagat itayacha, means for one's own self-realization and for the welfare of the world. Even this statement, we outsmarted him. Even out of this statement, we developed our own theory. First, let me get enlightened, then I will do things for the welfare of the world. That is what is outsmarting enlightened beings, outsmarting Buddhas. We are so powerful deluders. We outsmart enlightened beings. Listen, I am changing the whole thing. Jagat hitaya cha atmano mokshartha. For the sake of the welfare of the world, get enlightened. Because if we say atmano mokshartam jagat hitaya cha, you cover yourself with the delusion, tamas. Let me get enlightened. Then I will work for others' welfare. When you delude yourself with this idea, when you do this, you think, oh, Vivekananda is asking me to work because he needs people. So let me become enlightened first and then work for others. You give your conclusions, for Vivekananda's message, you do exactly what Narada did to Narayana. I won't allow you to outsmart. I will not allow your delusions to outsmart my Guru Vak. That is why I am changing. Jagat hitaya cha atmano moksharth. For the welfare of the world, get enlightened. By enriching, get enlightened. I tell you, in this Kali Yuga, the Kali Yuga Dharma is only by enriching, you will even be able to keep yourself in that high enlightened space and achieve enlightenment, because you are surrounded by non-enlightenment ecosystem. The ecosystem which is pushing you into delusion. So in this ecosystem, if you have to survive, even if you have to keep your ideal of enlightenment alive, focused, the only dharma, Kali Yuga dharma, is by enriching, get enlightened. Listen, understand. Maybe in Satya Yuga, where the ecosystem for non-enlightenment did not exist. So just you can get enlightened and radiate enlightenment, because the whole ecosystem is supporting you for enlightenment. But in Kali Yuga, whole ecosystem is working overtime, full time, to put you in delusion. The one and only way you can keep yourself high towards enlightenment is by enriching others. Enlighten yourself. Listen. Even if you enrich someone for wealth completion, you will settle down in completion. That will lead to enlightenment. Even if you help someone for health completion, you will settle down in completion. That will make you enlightened. Every level, by enriching, getting enlightened. Here is the call from Kailasa. Hey, I sent you for enriching and causing to Buloka. What happened? Because you gave your own conclusion for my Guru Vak, for my instruction of asking you to enrich and cause. You tried to lower me and you lowered yourself. You fell into the delusion. Not only you fell into the delusion, you even forgot you are enriching and causing. Like how Narada forgot he has to take water to Narayana. Even in the name of right intention, if the delusion enters in you, life is gone. So from the call from Narayana, hey Narada, I sent you to get water. What happened? He woke up and reached Vaikunta. Here is the call. Hey, I sent each and every one of you to enrich and cause to Buloka. Hey, what happened? if you are hearing this call, Paramashiva Sena program is for you. Paramashiva Sena program is for you. This is the wake-up call. Come to Paramashiva Sena program to realize where you allowed the original delusion, the primal delusion, the primary delusion, and how to wake up from the whole thing you created around you after your delusion, as the side effect of your delusion from your delusion. Oh guys, when I say guys, fill your name in that. Oh dash dash dash, fill your name in that blank. Oh, I sent you for enriching and causing to the world. What happened? Fill your name in the application for Paramashiva Sena. Enroll yourself. Be there to find the original delusion. How you allowed and how to remove that original delusion and how to live back again like Narada, celebrating life beyond delusion. Listen, your original state always brings success. Deluded state always fails. Get back to your original state. All those who came today for your questions to be answered, I'll surely answer in next satsang. As already it got late for many of you. Come back for the next satsang. I'll surely answer and bless all your prayers and questions. Those who are waiting for your energy darshan questions and answers, prayers, please come back. This satsang is more important for all of you than the answer you were expecting. I will also make sure you get your answer and the boons and blessings for your prayers in next satsang, next darshan. Wake up. This is the wake up call. Be there in Paramashiva Sena. Blessings. Blessings.
गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासनपीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्रीपरमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्मशासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवच्छ्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।